Colonel Wilson's real story of becoming the highest-ranking Marine to be wrongfully convicted and to spend nearly 3 years in prison before being exonerated is a tragic example of how woke policies, lawyers, and generals are destroying our military from within. Yet, his remarkable perseverance in going from colonel to prisoner, then back to colonel again, is truly an inspiration for all to hear about. Rising from the ashpit of despair, Colonel Wilson went from victim to victor, and Colonel Wilson attributes it all to his unshakable faith in God, who was with him throughout the ordeal and gave him the strength to do all things thereunto pertaining. Just a week after being informed that he was being considered for brigadier general, a single false allegation was made by a substance abuser seeking attention. When DNA testing exonerated Colonel Wilson, shutting down NCIS's investigation, 2 more witch hunts were launched to find any dirt at all to charge him with. He was placed in pre-trial confinement for 8 months prior to his trial, and an unconstitutional gag order was put on Colonel Wilson and his entire defense team by a conflicted judge who was best friends with the lead lawyer pursuing the case. The corrupt judge and corrupt prosecutors ensured a kangaroo court for Colonel Wilson's court-martial, and hand-picked generals, not his peers, made for a slam-dunk jury that followed the unlawful command guidance to find Colonel Wilson guilty, no matter that there were no facts, evidence, or witnesses. Unanimity was not required. Only 2/3 of the jury of cowards was needed to convict Colonel Wilson on 1 felony account, in spite of the fact that the DNA introduced at trial did not belong to Colonel Wilson. Appellate court unanimously overturned Colonel Wilson's felony conviction due to lack of evidence. Colonel Wilson was allowed to retire from the Marine Corps after serving 39 years on active duty. However, as a final act of revenge, one corrupt general and his cabal of corrupt lawyers were able to inflict severe administrative punishment on Colonel Wilson and his family for life. He still seeks that justice be restored and is confident that God will grant him his desires to have honor restored to his military career. Colonel Wilson remains semper fidelis, always faithful to his God, his country, and his Marine Corps.